Hello, I'm Rodney Jarnett. I'm the head of Dwight-Englewood School, and I welcome you to our DE community. In this DE community, we're going to start a trend that we're going to continue for the next couple months, in which I'm going to encourage you to reflect, discuss, ponder, and think about certain words in our two-sentence mission statement. In a school like ours, a mission statement is actually a really important document, but one that not only reflects who we are, but it also reflects who we aspire to be. It's an interesting dichotomy that, if you think about, probably reflects the way many people think about themselves. A statement, a vision of who we think we are, but at the same time reflects who we are also trying and striving to become. In our school, we talk often about a community of learners. We talk about it in almost every meeting we have as a school. A community of learners doesn't happen by chance. In a school like ours, a community of learners is carefully embedded in a structure and a scaffolding of programs and opportunities that have been developed by what we would refer to as a professional learning community. Our faculty and staff, this professional learning community, strive to build a framework where our students in our school can live within a community of learners. Now, as you walk around our school, there are many ways in which you can visually see our attempts to develop a community of learners. For instance, in the upper school and Leggett and Klein Campus Center, you would see classrooms that have Harkness tables. And in a Harkness table classroom, you will notice immediately that the student and the teacher sits at the same height. In fact, you would also very quickly notice that there's no discernible head of the school, head of the classroom, or back of the classroom. In fact, as a student going into a Harkness classroom, you should be expected to be challenged and applauded not only by the teacher, but also by your peers and your contemporaries. A further look around the school, you'll notice sitting areas outside in the classrooms where the classroom conversation can spill into the hallways and linger on for quite some time. In these very purposely designed sitting areas, you'll notice, as I do when I walk around the school, students often working together collaboratively on a homework assignment. Sometimes you'll see a teacher talking with a small group of students, or one student extending a conversation that happened in the classroom before that moment. Sometimes you'll see parents in the school who are coming by the school, they see each other, they sit down, they have a conversation, and even sometimes I've seen a parent talking with the friend of their child in a wonderful conversation about what's going on in school. Another moment where we try to demonstrate, and you can see our attempt to build a community of learners, is in a very new experimental classroom and space in our library. And if you look around this space, you'll see not only is it a place where people can work collaboratively together in quiet rooms where 1, 2, 3, or 4 students can work together, but also a space in which groups of students, maybe up to 8 students, can work together. While at the same time, if you look around the room, you'll see a cozy, oversized, comfortable chair where a faculty member or a student might be working by themselves, intently working on their tablet PC or working on a homework. The room, I think, represents the best of learning communities because it allows a learning community to exist in formats in which we honor the diversity, in which we all work and we learn inside of our community. And finally, I'd like to go back to one more quote from Winston Churchill. He once said that we build our buildings and then they shape us. That is very true of our campus. Our campus, with its separate buildings, its open space, its windy sidewalks and streets, reminds many of us as a village. And the village, for many people, represents the most romantic notion of the positive aspects of community. And our facility, I think, supports, as do all the other examples that I've given, the notion of a learning community at Dwight-Englewood School. Finally, I would like to talk briefly about why I've been standing next to this beautiful piece of artwork, a recent donation to the school. Many people, when they talk about community, embed in their conversation of community the notion of family. And this sculpture, in many ways, to me, represents the notion of family. It is a piece of artwork done by the grandmother of 2 of our students, Maxine and Rachel Kupelian. And as a grandmother, not only is she a loving grandmother who loves her children, but she's a fabulous artist and a fabulous sculptor. She decided to donate a piece of her sculpture to the school where her grandchildren go. But the sculpture at the time was not finished and it did not have a base. So Rachel and Maxine's mother and father stepped in, Shahay and Patricia Kupelian, and they helped finish the piece of sculpture and they helped build and design the base upon which it stands. This sculpture here, which our students love, represent grandchildren and parents, children and grandparents, and I think in many ways represents family. One aspect, one very important aspect of community. I hope you enjoy this edition. I hope you look at the articles and the other stories that talk about community at Dwight-Englewood School. Thank you.